As I'm sitting here doing all this work, I just want to give a big shout out to all those mothers out there who are doing this with a baby on their hip. I gardened while my kids were little, but there are actual homesteaders out there doing this with babies tied to their hips. Honestly, where we live, a lot of what's considered homesteading or prepping is just the way we live here, because we're in a very poor region of the country, and just what some people take as homesteading or prepping, it's kind of a way of life here. It's what people have to do to just live. Now, not everyone. There are some people who have never seen a farm. Now, they probably have seen a backyard garden, because I grew up in the city, and even where I grew up, we always had a really large backyard garden. Like I said, my mom grew up in a time where they had to have that or they just didn't eat. So, I guess what I'm saying is a huge shout out to all y'all out there who are mamas doing this with babies attached to your hip, because I don't think I could have done this while my kids were little. So, good on you guys. I'm amazed by you. I really am. Like, I couldn't do it. I could barely keep my stuff together to keep my little small flower garden and the few vegetables I grew every year. Now that my kids are grown, I do have time to do it on a much larger scale. And back whenever my children were small, I used to dream of the things that I have now. Like, I used to dream of having a greenhouse. I used to dream of having land to grow as many plants as I wanted to. And I got here. I got to the point where I had the land, but I didn't have the time. I was just too busy and I couldn't work it out. I just did not have the energy, the time, the mental capacity to do it all whenever my kids were little. Even with the help of my husband, I didn't have it in me, and it just amazes me that there are people out here who do this with ease and with grace and just make it look so easy and make the lifestyle look so beautiful. I had the land before I had the ability. Some people have the ability and time before they have the land. And I say just do what you can in those situations. Don't feel pressure. Just do what you can. If it becomes a burden, sometimes you have to lay a burden down. And sometimes that burden for me was, I couldn't grow a huge garden at the time. Like, I grew a really big garden for most people, but really not on the scale I'm trying to do now. Sorry, it's really windy and it's shaking my tripod. I hope you guys can still hear me. And I hope I wasn't rambling. I just really wanted to express my appreciation for all you guys out there who are able to do this with kids attached to your hips and with all the problems in the world that are going on beside that. I mean, I can't even imagine. All right, back to work. Here's the big old pile of sawdust. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this all today. I hope I can get a lot of it. It's just me working right now, so we'll see how it goes. You can see there's still some lumps in it. But like I said, it's mostly just surface. As it rains, it'll settle it down. And once I get all my stones back in place and this trash pile moved, I will fill in this corner. We'll probably need some more barrels full as we go, just to fill in some spots and to continue it down our walkway. So this log is from a tree we took down, and we were going to cut it up and all that, but I think I'm just going to leave it here because the other day I realized it makes a good seating log, and if we're hanging out here at the table and we have a need for extra seating, it's a comfortable little place to sit. So